In some of these cases, and the reason some of these are several days old, and releasing them is because they've been ongoing investigations, and didn't want to compromise anything else that we've been doing. This first case, on June the 19th, Houston County investigators arrested William Drake Jr. He's a resident of Bainbridge, Georgia. Charged Drake with 6 counts of receiving stolen property, and also several counts of bringing stolen property into the state of Alabama. This case involved multiple agencies. The case was originally brought to our attention by the Seminole County Sheriff's Office in Donaldsonville, and we began to investigate this case with them. Eventually spread out and ended up involving several agencies in Georgia and in Florida, and our agency here in Alabama. There are going to be more additional charges being brought against Drake and other individuals in this case. Most of the items that were being stolen and transported into our area were utility trailers, zero-turn radius lawnmowers, welders, generators, and those type of items, even also some golf carts. So anyone with any thefts in this area, if they have not previously been reported to us or another law enforcement agency, please contact our investigators here at the Houston County Sheriff's Office, and we'll see if these individuals have anything to do with the thefts that you may have.
How much monetary?
Okay, I know. We just probably had to add it all up, but I know for a fact, and I think there were 52 utility trailers involved in this.
Say more than 10,000.
Oh yeah, way more.
So by this area, you mean South Georgia, North Florida, and...
That's correct, yeah. A lot of the trailers, we recovered several trailers here in Houston County that had been sold to individuals who were unknowingly buying stolen property.
So basically, were these like breaking into like trailer suppliers and stealing multiple ones, or was it just like driving by houses?
Basically, these were all being stolen from residences in the tri-state area.
Sheriff, what happens in a case like that when someone even unknowingly buys something like this, and y'all find out it's stolen? Y'all,
right.
And obviously you have to take the property back.
That's correct.
What about the individual that's paid out their money and thought they were buying something legitimately?
A lot of times, unfortunately, in most cases, the individual is left being out of the money they paid for the stolen property. They can try to go back and take it up with a business or individual who they bought it from. If it wasn't somebody that was the actual thief in the case, a lot of times we may have restitution ordered by a judge for the actual defendant in the case to pay back these people who were sold the trailers.
But in most cases, buyer beware.
Right, buyer beware. If it's too good to be true, then it probably is. Watch out when buying property at a greatly reduced rate.
When did the investigation? You said it's been ongoing for a while. How long have you guys been looking?
Yeah, the last month or so. Yeah. On Christy Lee Dowie, we arrested this individual. She's a 31-year-old white female from the Slocum, Alabama area. She's been charged with 12 counts of possession of forged instrument. Ms. Dowie was forging checks here in Houston County. The value of the checks that she forged or had possession of was over $10,000. One of the victims in this case, she also obtained a credit card in her name through the victim, and charged over $20,000 on that credit card.
How did she acquire the checks? Was this like a check washing thing?
She was actually employed by the family of the victim to look after the victim, and then stole the checks from the victim's home.
Was it an elderly person or someone you knew?
Yeah.
So it was probably
Yes.
a nurse or something?
Right. So she got that there. She's her bond's $2,500 for each count of the theft there. So.
And I see she's also wanted in Geneva.
Yes, Ms. Dowie is also wanted in Geneva County for presenting a forged check for the purchase of a vehicle there. So as soon as we get through with her, Geneva County will be picking her up on those charges.
How long had this been going on? Had it been going on pretty good?
Yeah, I'm not sure, John, on that. How what time frame? They didn't tell me what time frame we were looking at there.
Is there a possibility of her being charged with some kind of identity theft crime or anything with the credit card?
No, well, actually, I'll go back and correct myself on the credit card. She actually activated the credit card, which was already in the victim's name.
Oh, okay.
So she actually did not steal someone's identity and then get a credit card in their name.
All right.
So, I guess that it was, of all the checks she wrote, it totaled out to be more than $10,000.
Right, yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, all of them were over $10,000. On this Christy Davis case, he just had me a worksheet here to work off of. He's actually typing that up, and we'll email it out to everybody here just as soon as he gets it done. Maybe have it done before y'all leave, and he can just get y'all a copy of it. Houston County Sheriff's Office arrested white female Christy Davis of Blakely, Georgia. This individual stole over $87,000 from a local business where she was employed at, HPH Investments here in Dothan. She was in charge of paying invoices and expenses of the company, and she actually obtained a credit card in her name through the company and made numerous charges on it for a total of over $87,000. Ms. Davis turned herself into the Houston County Jail and was released on a $15,000 bond.
How old is she, does it say?
She's 36 years old. Yeah.
How long did she work there?
Don't have a time frame on how long she actually worked there.
None of these sound like minor offenses. I mean, these are huge. All three of them sound,
Right.
and I don't know much about the magnitude of them, but can you touch on the significance of these three arrests?
Right. These are major theft cases that we've completed these investigations on. Some of these victims are actual individuals in the community. Some of the victims are businesses. A business surely gets hurt whenever someone is embezzling funds from their business. Once they do find it, and I cannot understand why people think they can embezzle money from a business that has bookkeeping standards and audits and things like that. They're not going to get away with the crime. Sooner or later, it's going to be uncovered. And the longer they do it, the more money they tend to steal, the more comfortable they seem to get with it and continue to steal that money. But it does hurt our local businesses. We try to make sure we investigate these cases completely and make good cases of those individuals so they'll plead guilty or be convicted. And restitution is always ordered through the court from the defendant back to the actual victim in this case. These trailer thefts, it's a huge operation. It's a multi-state operation. The individuals who the trailers were stolen from, trying to identify those trailers and get them back their property. They're a victim. And then you also got a victim of the people who the trailers and other items were sold to, and they unknowingly bought stolen property, and then that property was seized back from them. So,
Has any of the property been seized or recovered?
yes, we've recovered quite a bit of property and are still recovering property now.
Is it here?
Yeah, we've recovered a minimum of 6 trailers here in Houston County.
Any chance that you can get some
That was
footage of
sold.
it?
Let me check and see where we got, if we've already returned those to Georgia or not.
Sure.
With the Drake and the trailers,
Right.
since he crossed state lines, can
Right.
he get hit with federal charges?
Yeah, there are possible federal charges pending on this also for, involving interstate commerce, interstate transportation, stolen property.
Maybe you answered this before, but how can you comment on just how they were stolen? Were they taken out of a backyard somewhere
Right.
at middle of the night, or what
Yeah.
happened?
Most of these cases where people had trailers that were stolen from their yards, some of this equipment may have been stolen from businesses at nighttime when the businesses were closed and left the items outside. People that left equipment out in the field and that kind of thing. So people need to pay special attention. If you've got a trailer, try to secure it in some way that somebody cannot just pull up in your yard, hook to your trailer, and take off with it. Chain it to something, take one of the wheels off of it unless you're going to be using it. Some method to keep someone from stealing that, because theft like this is rampant. It's stuff that happens all the time, and we're very satisfied when we complete an investigation like this with the cooperation of a lot of other agencies that we're working with, and bring somebody to justice on something like this.
Any idea why he was targeting what he targeted?
I think most thieves have a specialty. They're going to do certain things. It depends on the outlet that they have to sell the items also. If they've got a good outlet to sell trailers, they may not have a good outlet to sell stolen guns. So they're going to usually specialize. Your professional thieves are.